It's Bark back with another obscure microphone review for you. Demo, whatever. Whatever my loosely thrown together videos are called, this is one of them. Alright, the Scarlett Focusrite CM25S. I believe the S stands for silver. I don't think it stands for anything other than silver. If you want to correct me, be my guest, be my guest, be my guest like all the rest. But this, to me, looks, feels, tastes just like a CM25 from the Focusrite Scarlett pack, just in a nice silver package. And I will tell you, this is one of my favorite choices as a starter microphone for a lot of things. Not just podcasting, but gaming and voiceover. Like, I really do believe that the mic that Focusrite packages with their interfaces in those packs is fantastic. This is one of the most underrated grabs you can buy, and you can get these used just about anywhere between $25 and $35. And to me, that is an absolute steal. A lot of people out there are paying $25 to $35 for the Neewers of the world, for some of the lower end MXL mics, and those are okay. This is better, in my opinion. So if you're looking for a starter mic, go on Guitar Center, go on eBay, look up, just search CM25. It's what comes with the Focusrite Scarlett and iTrack Solo, which is what this came with, the iTrack Solo pack, which I think is why it's silver. The iTrack Solo is silver, the microphone's silver. But go grab this instead of a Neewer or a super cheap low-end MXL. I think you'll be happy with this. Especially if you like a little bit of low-end from the get-go. Because this thing has a nice, smooth low-end right out of the box. I honestly, out of all the mics that I've tested that are in the $25 to $50 range, this to me is the mic that needs the least amount of EQ, depending on your voice, of course. If you have a very deep voice, you're probably going to boost the highs on this microphone a little bit. But not all of us have that Allstate voice. I don't even know if that was an Allstate voice. Maybe Morgan Freeman? I almost sounded like Kermit the Frog. This microphone is one of my favorites. It was with me on the March of the Penguins. How'd I do? Was that okay? Anyways, if you have a mid to high voice, kind of like me, my voice is mid-range, I would say. This thing sounds really good with no EQ, in my opinion. Hopefully yours is the same. Let me know in the comments below, of course. But as far as the CM25 goes, it is a condenser microphone with a cardioid polar pattern. It is a small diaphragm condenser microphone, not a large. It's a 20 millimeter capsule. And I did find some specs on this thing, but finding a frequency response chart for this microphone proved to be rather difficult. So the only specs I could find on this thing whatsoever was the fact that it is a 20 millimeter capsule, with 150 ohms of impedance. The SPL, it has a max SPL of 130 decibels, a self noise of 18 dBA, and it's a 3-pin XLR microphone. Really not much else that I could find besides that. But you know what? For you mic nerds out there, you spec nerds, I'm sure you can go hunt some stuff down and find out a little more about it. Me, I plug them in, and I see how they hear. I see how they sound, how I hear them. That's what matters the most to me. Specs are great, especially when you're looking to buy something. Like, you don't want to just buy a microphone without looking at some of the specs, so I get that. By all means, go check out the specs, and if you see a high boost and that's what you want, or if you see a flat response and that's what you want, great. But there's another way to figure out if you want to buy a microphone. YouTube videos, just like I'm doing right here. I can tell you firsthand, special heads up here to special heads up here to Podcastage. I'm a super fan of Podcastage. Bandrew has a great channel. the mics that he does on his show, I just listen really closely. And one of my favorite microphones that I own is the Sennheiser MK4. I bought that solely without looking at specs. I bought it because of how it sounded on Podcastage. Great microphone. I heard it on his voice and thought, I think my voice is a tad bit deeper than his, but it'll still be perfect for that mic. So I went for it, and it worked. So spec guys, go ahead, dig for your specs. But it also helps to hear the microphone. That can be very beneficial in your purchasing journey. So, this right here, the CM25S from Focusrite, I have to immediately, without hesitation, give it the green light because I love the fact that you don't have to boost the lows. There's so many high-end boosted microphones out there, and I kind of prefer flat or even a little bassy. I have to boost the lows on a lot of microphones. A little bit of low, a little bit of mid, maybe take down the high just a notch. This, I don't really have to out of the box. I think this sounds really good with no processing whatsoever. Does that mean I would record my podcast with it with no processing? No. I'm going to add a de-esser, a little bit of compression, but I'd be okay with recording with no processing on the road with this thing. So, as a beginner that doesn't want to mess with post-processing, doing any kind of compression or putting limiters on, anything like that, I think this is a very good microphone for you. And I think it is a long-lasting microphone. This is one that I don't think you necessarily have to use for a while and get rid of. I think this could be a keeper in your mic locker. So, with that being said, we're going to test it against a keeper from my mic locker. The good old Rode NT1. As usual. Okay. So, let's get right into this. I need a better radio voice. This is the CM25S from Scarlett. A little sibilance there. Now let's switch to the Rode. This is the Rode NT1. The Rode NT1. When I do a little radio voice on the Rode NT1, it actually sounds more radio-y. Like this right here. This is the CM25. Not as radio sounding to me. A little deeper. Want to do a singing test? I'm not going to sing any words. I'm just going to sing jibber jabber. Whoa! Yeah. I know that's why y'all come here for the singing. Whoa! Yeah. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers, yeah. Little plosives test there too. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. I usually say pickled something else, pickled pineapples, but I'm going pickled peppers. Proximity effect on this thing gives you an even deeper sound on the CM25. And one last time, it's the Rode NT1. Now, I'm going to switch back for the quick bit of final analysis here. And that final analysis to me is, if you don't have $250 for the Rode NT1, I really don't think there's an issue with owning the Focusrite CM25 or CM25S. I think it sounds really comparable quality-wise to the NT1. I'm still kind of blown away by this thing, to be perfectly honest with you. $25 to $35 for this? One last time. $25 to $35 for that over there. That's pretty good. So, if you like this mic, by all means, go out and grab it. I gave it the red light, and I would love for you to own this because it's a great starter mic, bar none. Maybe one of the best I've tested on the show. But I sold it. It's leaving. It's what I always do. Never fails. Secure mics. Peace out.